Welcome to the Metal Prognosis. My name is Lee, and in today's video we are looking at bass again. So I've mic'd up my bass cab in the other room, and what I thought would be really cool is let's check it out with the R.Attack. I have no idea about this pedal, the Little Bear. I heard it was designed for bass, so I don't know if the camera can do it. I think that's good. Yeah, it looks really cool. So let's plug it in and let's check it out and see how it sounds. Now everything's plugged in, ready to go. Grab my 5-string bass here. So this is in drop G. So I've got two mics coming out from the other room into here. One, the direct out from the amp, and the other one from the mic. So at the moment, we're only hearing the mic. But yeah, for whatever argument's sake, this is a direct. So now I've got 2 points of references with this pedal here. So let's see how it goes. So what do we got? Distortion, filter, and volume, and 3 different turn, and vin. I don't know what any of them are, so let's find out. So we should have no volume. Correct. Let's dial it in. All right, so this works like a gain, where if you open up the gain a lot, it pushes the volume a lot. Ooh. I like that. That's barely touching either. I don't know what the volume's like. We get more. Yeah, that's better. So what's the filter do? I'm definitely going to have to put some limiter or something in this because there is a lot of volume jumping, but boy, that changes a lot. We've hardly touched anything too, because the distortion is at a very, very low level. So let's push it a bit. That is pretty muffled and pretty sludgy, isn't it? I know a fair amount of people that would really like that sound. For science, let's crank it. So I actually prefer it just when it's biting, where was it, around there I think? So let's try what these buttons are now. So if we would like, here's some cool, oh we are pretty much doing that. Here's a cool foundation to kind of work from. Let's see, so we've got dir, which I don't know, might be direct. T-U-R. That's a lot louder. Okay, turn it down a bit. Okay, let's see what Vin's gonna get us. I gotta brace myself too in case it's gonna be too loud. It's all right, got room to turn it up. That's actually not too bad. So direct though, that seems to be the most grindiest, I think. Bit more volume. So let's see how the filter reacts to all the different ones. Just got distracted. So that's a direct. So we saw that before. So kind of tails back a bit of the aggressiveness. So let's try this now. This is very loud if I remember correctly. So let's see how the filter affects with the TUR setting. So you definitely get a volume drop out of it as well. And does the same as what it did with the TIR, which gets rid of a lot of the aggression, which I want aggression. Okay, so that's what the filter does. So not the hugest fan, but that's okay. So far this is my favorite, but let's go through all three, the different settings. I'm gonna have to change this volume with the other way of capturing. So at the moment we're listening to the microphone, the E609. I'm gonna turn that off. And now we're listening to the direct. I've got a little bit of hiss there. That's all right. So now, a big difference when you don't have the coloring of the speaker and the microphone. And this is what we've got. So now let's try the filter, because that might actually help out a lot. It helps out heaps. Because that, compared to the microphone, well, they are night and day, but you expect them to be because they're very, very different setups. So let's see how it sounds with the TUR. Not bad. The VIN. Go back to the TUR with that much filter in as well. Yeah, so my favorite is still the DIR. They might not even be 3 different settings. That might be a word that I don't know. TIR, TURVIN. Can't think of what it could be, but could be something. That is nice and aggressive. Maybe too much for some mixers or something, but, or people's preferences. But I really like it. And so go back to so that's back to the mic. And just before we stop this and do a jam, because I know I'm about to run out of time before the actual music kicks in, because I've got it pre-set up, ready to go to record. This is what they sound like both together. So both the direct input and the microphone setup. A bit weird because, yeah, doesn't seem to be any phase issues there, but there we go. That's what they sound like. So I'm going to do one jam, but you're going to hear it twice. One with the microphone and one in the direct input. And then we can have a discussion about it after, see how they sound. So sit back, relax, and enjoy. And yeah, I'm going to play and record some bass. How long did I have before it's going to kick in? A bit of time. Oh no, not much time. Really, really not much time. Had about 7 more seconds and then, yeah, would have kicked in. So yeah, that would have been really embarrassing. So time for some final thoughts of the R.Attack Little Bear, I think it's pronounced, because I just saw it's got a full stop there after the R. Now I have no idea about this pedal other than it's designed for bass guitar. So I don't know if this is a clone or a copy or based on something, I have no idea. It could be something like my Zool, where it clearly is not a Fortin Zool, it's a Wrecker's amplification. Don't even know if they exist anymore or if they ever did. Don't know. So what we can only talk about is the results we got from this. All the 3 different type of distortions I had on here with a switch were definitely different enough where you can get plenty of versatility from. Very, very cool. The filter, how you could dial it back a bit and kind of take out that harshness if there was a little bit too much harshness, I think was really, really cool. Yeah, we definitely experienced a different output that each different one had, because we had to keep catering for it, I think is the best description. Distortion had a bucket load in reserve, didn't it? Because as soon as we touched it a little bit, we had plenty to work with and plenty to muck around with before it got too sludgy. But if you're really in the mood for sludge, oh wow, you can get a shit ton out of this, no problem at all, which is very cool. How we utilize it today with my amp, going with the microphone versus the direct. The microphone and the speakers had a lot more warmth, a lot easier to work with that sound compared to the direct out. But that's no surprise, that is probably a very high percentage, either 80 or 90% of the time, that's going to be the result. So definitely no surprise there. So I have a funny feeling that, not really a funny feeling, a bit of an inkling that I might have to bring this back to utilize it more and to see what else we can come up with it, because I feel like there's a lot more in this pedal that I didn't quite touch base with. But as a first impression, very first turning it on and mucking around with it, it was heaps of fun and very, very cool. Like all my videos, I want to know what your thoughts are. How did you feel about the pedal? How did you feel about how I mic'd it up and how I utilized the chain for this video, and the jam and all the rest of it, and all the bung notes I may have had. The fact that I'm not coming to what's it called? Little bit of imposter syndrome about actually playing bass compared to guitar, because it is definitely not my comfort zone. The bass here compared to a guitar, still heaps of fun though. I still love it, but yes, I'm much more fluent and comfortable on guitar. So let me know in the comments of what you think, and hopefully we can have a really, really cool discussion about this, because this was surprisingly fun and pretty awesome. Thank you very much for joining me. It was lots of fun putting this together and having a bit of an extended jam on the bass, which is always fun. It's always a nice excuse getting the bass out. And I thoroughly look forward to chatting with you next time. And until then, please stay safe.